it's been a long time, a really long time, 3 months, about 3 months, since I've uploaded. I'm very sorry. I know I kind of just completely disappeared, no explanation or anything. But I was going through a lot of stuff, good and bad stuff, and I just needed to, get back to myself, and there's just a lot, and I'm going to explain it all in this video. Some things I was kind of hesitant to explain, but I figured I'll just give you like a quick little run through about certain topics. But overall, the whole thing was I was going through a lot of stuff, and I just needed to get away from social media. And it's not that I wanted to get away from you or anything, but I just needed time for myself. I missed you so much, and so many people commenting that, where was I, and they missed my videos, and actually a few of you commented that, you felt like you lost a friend because I was nowhere to be found, and it really made me teary-eyed, and it made me so sad because I'm really sorry. I honestly did not just want to drop off the YouTube world and disappear, but I honestly just really needed it. And I've always been more of a private person, so I don't like to just come out and say things. I'll just give you a quick run through. I'm not gonna get too much into details. So the first thing I'm going to start with is like a big huge positive, which is my clothing line, and it is with Real Style right now. And what they do is they help creators jumpstart their lines, and I created what they asked me to, and I was so excited, and you all had been wanting me to start my own clothing line, so I'll be working with them for a year, and hopefully things go well. The first item I did post on Instagram, so this is actually the first time I'm really announcing it on YouTube, but the first item are these 3 tanks. Now, as you can see, they are just super casual, because the first thing I wanted to come out with, I didn't want it to be kind of style specific. I wanted it to be for everybody, so the style isn't retro inspired, but the art on the shirts are. So the first one is this corset top right here, and I just really love it just because I'm so obsessed with corsets. I wear them all the time, as you all know. And then the second one right here is this red head. I kind of wanted to make it more abstract because, there's a lot of similar images out there on, many t-shirts. So I just kind of wanted to make it really weird and funky, and it just kind of reminded me of Dancer because I was a dancer in high school. So I really loved it. She has the Betty Bangs going on, and she has red hair, like me, of course. So this one's super cash. And then this next one right here is my favorite. It just reminds me of, it's not a Latina, but it reminds me of one with long, dark hair, gorgeous winged liner, and the cute little garter stockings. So I have all 3 of these. The way I style them is this one right here. I wear it as a crop, so I'll tie it in the back. These are kind of oversized, so they're not tight-fitting. I wanted to make them oversized because lately I've just been obsessed with oversized tanks and just putting on shorts, because right now in Orange County it has been so hot, so I haven't really worn a lot of stuff that's tight-fitting. And this is what I wanted. Just something really comfortable, something that everyone is going to love and be able to wear. And then what I've also done is with actually the corset tank top, I bought a size large, and I use it to sleep in. So it's like perfect for that. You can wear it out or you can sleep in it. And so the corset one I wear to sleep in, and then the other ones I wear out as a crop top, or I'll just leave them hanging low with some super cute shorts. They're each $30, so if you go on the website realstyle.co, you click on my name, which is of course PinupDollAshleyMarie, but you can also click this link right here, which will take you directly to my section. And this is really a test run just to see how well it goes, how much items I need to produce, because the other items that I do produce, they will be more dressy, like to go out or to go out to dinner, go out, you know, something less casual. So I'm trying to get an idea of how much stuff sells, just so I know not to over or underproduce. So hopefully you enjoy these casual tanks. Like I said, I just didn't want to make it too style specific because I wanted everybody to love them and everyone to feel comfortable in them. And the sizes do run from extra small the sizes do run from extra small to 2XL. So yay, I'm really excited about that. And you know, I kept a lot of you in mind. I asked for a lot of opinions, and actually a lot of you wanted casual stuff too. So I was really excited about that. And I also wanted to ask you to comment down below, what other styles would you like me to see? Would you like to see more crop tops, high-waisted shorts, pants, skirts? I want to see what's more popular that you'll love, because again, I'm doing this for all of you, so I want you to be happy. So make sure to check out this link right here. I would really appreciate it and your support, and I'm so excited to get this jump started. So I hope you all enjoy it. And on to other news. The second thing that just really kept me away, and I just needed to get away, was that my grandmother got extremely ill. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that my grandparents are my life. They raised me and I lived with them since I was 9 months old. I had lived with them for a long time. And I visit my grandparents every morning before I go to work, and I visit them at lunch and after work and on the weekends. So this was and is still taking a toll on me. My grandmother was in there for a long time. She had pneumonia, she had bronchitis, she had an irregular heartbeat, she had an infection. So, you know, my whole family was there every single day, and, you know, I couldn't find the time to make any videos. I just wanted to focus on her. I wanted to focus on my family, and it was just extremely difficult. Like, even now, it makes me really sad to think about, but fortunately, she's finally out of the hospital, and she's having home care. So nurses will come over, give her therapy so she can walk around, and then we each take turns taking her to the doctors. So we're just praying every day that she gets better, which she has been, and many of you prayed for her when I posted something about that and the reason why I've been gone from YouTube for a while. So thank you so much. Your prayers were answered. It meant the world to me that you all cared for me, even though you don't know me personally. It really did mean so much, because I cannot imagine my life without either of my grandparents. And, you know, again, my grandmother is like my mom. She's my second mom. So it's been extremely difficult. It still is difficult. She is getting better, but it just hurts to see her so fragile and so delicate. She's 84 years old, but she's never looked or acted 84. So it's really hard to actually see her like that. And again, even now I'm dealing with it, but she's progressing a lot more. So I just wanted to get that out there, and I wanted you to know that the reason I'm gone is not for ridiculous reasons, like I'm just done, I stopped caring. You know, it was a lot of family matters, and it just really took a toll. But again, thank you so much for all your prayers, because she is getting better. So thank you, and I love you so much. And now the last and final reason, so many of you, I know, like a lot of you are watching this video just to find out what happened, which is the big one that everyone has been asking me about. And everyone has been asking for the last 2 months now, is if Jay and I broke up. And my answer to that is yes, we did break up. We broke up mid-May, and I never announced anything because, like, again, I said things are just, I didn't want to bring it out there. I'm very private, and I just did not feel like giving anyone an answer. I don't think it's right that a lot of people were like, I don't see any pictures of you guys. Are you guys broken up? This is not asking him questions, asking me questions. You just need to give us our time to heal. And when we're ready to announce it, we will. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but, you know, I've seen a lot of people break up and, you know, comments like, are you guys broken up? Are you this? Are you that? Just give them time. We will announce it. So, but the answer to that question was yes, we did break up. However, if you've been following me on Instagram, you know that we're back together. So I'm just going to give like a quick breakdown. I'm not going to get into details because honestly it's no one's business, and I don't even care to share the information. So I'm just going to share just whatever we feel like sharing.
Just a brief summary. Brief summary of what you know.
Yeah, so we broke up in mid-May, and we were still living together. We still had posts and stuff together. We tried to make it as subtle as possible.
Right.
But it was kind of hard. The beginning of June, it got to the point where things weren't progressing for us. We were trying to make it better, and it just wasn't working out. So I decided to move out in June, and that's where things got really hard. And
worst month of my life. I would say worst month of both of our lives.
Yeah.
I would say it really took out a lot on us.
Yeah.
It did, for sure.
Yeah. And the thing that was hard is, life is never 100%, and we never thought we'd be going through something like this. We had been together for 7.5 years, and out of those 7.5 years, I think maybe the most we would ever go was a day without seeing each other, like
at the most,
like once a year.
At the most.
And actually, the most we ever went without seeing each other was for 2 weeks. And that was when he had to go to Denver for work.
Stupid training.
So it was extremely difficult. Yeah. And, it's hard because you're as I said, we had said before, we were planning to get married and do all that stuff. So we never thought that we'd go through this. However, things change. Feelings change, not feelings towards each other, but feelings about life. And we just kind of weren't seeing eye to eye through a lot of things anymore. And I think, I know,
I think it was mainly based out of frustration on both of our ends. Mm-hmm. Stress, her YouTube, work and stuff like that. It's just facts of growing up, I guess you can say. We grew up too quick when we first met. We were already kind of pretty much grown up in a sense when we first met. We both had already, experienced a lot of stuff, but it was a mutual stress, you can say.
Yeah, and we try to make it work, and we actually try to make it work for a while. Because, of course, you don't want to give up 7.5 years, not because of the time invested, but the love we also invested. I mean, the love never died.
Yeah.
It was just to the point where there was a lot of stress, and no matter what we did, it felt like it was getting worse and worse. So we thought the best thing was just, to break up. I don't believe in the whole breaks thing, so it was like we just needed to get it done. And, I never thought, it was never like, oh, I'm never going to see him again or anything like that. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but we just needed to get basically our shit together and decide what it is that we wanted. I mean, obviously we wanted each other, but there was just so much noise in the background going on that we just couldn't focus on anything, really.
And even if we wanted to focus and... we do have our time, to ourselves, I don't restrict her from going out, just like she doesn't restrict me from going out. It's not about that, it's just about how she was saying there was a lot of noise in the background. We were just trying to stay focused. It's hard. I think we hit a point where, I don't like talking about it as much because emotions start coming in, but... I think it wasn't good that it happened, but we realized, hey, you know what, like she said, we need to get our shit together, pretty much. Like, we need to freaking buckle down and, get shit done, pretty much, on both our ends,
Yeah.
So, it was hard. It was a hard couple months, and, I can say I learned a lot more than I have in 27 years that I've been on this earth, but, I did learn a lot from her point of view and my point of view, and, I did grow a lot as a man, so, it's kind of weird for me talking about it in camera because I'm not open either. We're both very quiet about our personal lives. We're both very quiet about what happens between us and our families, and, as you heard earlier, stuff with her grandmother, and all that together just creates this big old, excuse my language, clusterfuck. It just, shit hurts everywhere.
Yeah.
It does. But.
Yeah, and it was just a really difficult time.
But I am going to say, though, I appreciate all the, people that were around us, and, you guys know who you guys are, that helped both of us make...
Oh, baby. I love you. I'm crying. You made me cry.
It's tough. Sorry. Woo. Where's Jack at?
Yeah, no, thank you everybody. Even our our supporters, like someone direct messaged me saying, I know this is going on, I'm really sorry, but you guys are really private about it. Direct messaging me, respecting me, and sorry we had to
It had to take 5.
Yeah.
Maybe 10.
It's still hard to talk about it because it still feels really fresh, everything that happened.
Yeah.
But most people, a lot of relationships go through like the difficult times at the beginning, but we never really had any difficulty.
Tough times.
I think we broke up twice for like
dumb crap.
Half a day. But that was when we first started dating, and he was 19 and I was 20, so we were both kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Not stupid, but young.
We were dumb.
We were dumb.
We're young and dumb, so.
And so that doesn't really count. And ever since then we've been together, like inseparable. So it was really hard. It was hard on us. It was hard on our families too.
Big time.
Yeah, and it was just, when we did this, I mean, we were getting through life as best as we could, but, you kind of lose sight, of the important things, and you're so focused on, work and stress and trying to reach your goals that I think our goals kind of consumed us. We were just so focused on that.
Very driven on what we wanted to accomplish in a certain amount of time.
Yeah, and I think we were being unrealistic about the time frame. So we were kind of stressing ourselves out, and there was like a communication breakdown. And that was, I think, really what it was the communication on our part. And we're two very different people. Opposites attract, yes.
Very different.
We're extremely different. Like, he is just calm, mellow, and I am just like...
The red hair says it all.
Like, it needs to be done. It needs to be done right. And, and when I get stressed, I, like, amplify that times 10. So it was the worst it had ever been. Like, we had never gotten to that point before, and it was really, really heartbreaking because we were trying to break out of it, but it was hard. And honestly, I think that breakup is what we needed, because we would have still kept lingering and just, falling into a deeper hole. And so again, it was the toughest month and a half.
It was tough.
Toughest. And we got back in July. Or like late June, the very tip of June.
I would say July, more July.
Yeah.
More July.
We kept a communication or we try to keep it at a minimum, but we texted every day.
Yeah. All in all, though, I am gonna, say on camera am sorry for everything. And
I'm sorry too.
I accept what I've done through our whole relationship, and I apologize for it.
And I apologize for all I've done.
All I wish is the best for us.
Me too, baby.
What we do, we ignore the camera, you know, at times. That's why a lot of the times I don't even look at the damn camera. I look at her, because it's our stuff, you know. It's us. You know what I mean? This is really us, you know. Forget a reality TV show. There's no such thing as a reality TV show. Everything's staged. But other than that, like, you know, this is actually us. You know, we've been through whatever we say we've been through. Whatever we do is what we do.
Yeah.
As cheesy as that may sound, it's what we do, you know, for sure.
You know, and not everyone, but people would be like, a month isn't enough time for you both. Like, you guys need to work on yourselves, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, a month to us was like a year, to be honest. Because
see, we can do a lot in a month. Like, the way we are, I mean, like she said, opposites do attract. We are very different, but in a sense, we are the same, because we can do a lot in a month. We can do a lot in a week, we can do a lot in a day, we can do a lot in a minute. It's just the type of people we are.
Yeah.
You know, we're diamonds in the rough. We really don't. There's not a lot of people made like us still, you know. But not in a bad way. But it's just, you know, the way generations are going nowadays.
We just don't like playing games. It's either we're gonna do it or we're not, and that's it. We are becoming better people.
Of course.
Because again, like, it just takes one traumatic life event for you to know, like, crap, what did I do?
Yeah, what the hell?
You know, when you think about all the stuff you did, the way you should have acted, the things you shouldn't have done, things you should have done.
The shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, as with any relationship.
Yeah.
But it's either the breakup makes you realize, okay, this wasn't for me. That was it. It was a great 7.5 years. We grew together, but we grew for something else.
Yeah, each one is something different.
But it wasn't even anything near that.
No, not at all.
If anything, our love was strong before, obviously, but it's even stronger now. Like, I would not want to go through that again. I can be by myself. I can be lonely, but
of course,
I can't be without you.
No, I can't be without you. It's, nothing compares to this sweet thing here. Look at that smile. Nobody else has that smile. It's gorgeous.
So that was what we wanted to say.
Yeah.
Again, we're not going to get too much into details, but you get the rough idea. It was more like...
Catch our drift.
Yeah, kind of going apart, communication breakdown, and we just needed time to figure ourselves out.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, but at least we got it done now.
Yeah, of course.
So, of course, with that experience, we rearranged a lot of our goals. We have other priorities that...
Good stuff coming. Good stuff coming.
That you'll see later.
It's going to be pretty sweet.
Because, again, like, nothing's 100%. Like us, we thought we were just 100%, like, nothing could break us. You know, it's people go through shit. Like, no relationship is going to be the same, so... I'm not one to give relationship advice.
One thing we both could say, though, is communicate. That's big.
Yeah, that's actually... That's like the big thing in every relationship, and you hear it. Yeah, and you hear it all the time. You're like, yeah, I know, and you think you're communicating, but then like after everything goes down here, you're like, shit, I wasn't communicating. I was holding this in, I was holding that in, I was holding blah blah blah. So yeah, I mean, that's the main one. But
communication. Yeah.
I'm back again, so I'm not disappearing.
That's good.
Yeah. Again, I'm really, really, really sorry for disappearing, but as you know my reasonings, and I hope you can forgive me because I really do miss all of you so much.
Who's not gonna forgive that beautiful face? That little face. Can't forget this little face.
And we've been going out a lot, so making up for lost time. We've been going out every single night.
I think Monday through Sunday we're out and about.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people have seen us already. Yeah,
but
don't say nothing.
But yeah, I wanted to get this done. Right now it's actually 11:54 p.m. But I was like, I need to get this done, and I'm going to edit it so I can have it up for you tomorrow morning, hopefully, if not afternoon. But yeah, so that is what happened. I hope you guys aren't pissed.
Well, I know they're not, but we do appreciate your guys' concern and, you know, you guys' support, love. You know, we're human.
Yeah.
Shit happens. And thank you guys again. And hopefully, like she said, she's back. Hopefully we can jump back on it again. And whatever you guys want to see, any requests or anything like that, let us know. And I'll make her do it. Of course.
I love you all so much. Like, the love I have for you is incredible. And I was just so sad that, you know, the comments of you all missing me, and it was really hard. It was really hard to deal with, but I wanted to make sure when I came back, I was just 100%. I didn't want to be halfway, half-ass anything. I don't want to... It would be crappy if I did that to all of you, so...
You want to be ready.
Yeah. So...
knock it out of the park.
That's my news. Again, make sure to check out my website just to get those clothes. And oh, if you do purchase anything, make sure to tag me and I will repost you on my page. Make sure to credit you. And yeah, so that's it. That's we love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. And I'll see you next week.